For the last few months, I've been staying in SM Light Residency in Metro Manila, Philippines. Let me show you around and make sure to watch until the end. I will show you my apartment and tell you how much exactly I'm paying for it. Let's begin. So here is the main entrance, and along there is a shopping mall. And just across the road is the Bonnie metro station, super comfortable. Let me show you first around this area, because this is kind of important area. All deliveries are coming here. They are not allowed to come inside. So if you order something on Lazada, on Grab, on Foodpanda, it's all gonna arrive here. Here are the tables with Lazada orders. Usually they put the parcels here and you just come, tell your name and you can get it. And here are the scooter guys, which usually bring like Grab and all this kind of stuff. Here is a little Alphamart as well. I think it's maybe almost 24 hours working, I'm not sure. Here is the cool thing, the water refilling station. It's super cheap. It's like 40 pesos for the large bottle, 20 liters, like this one. And they also washing the bottle every time you come. They wash it for you, fill it up. And also you can buy this kind of trolleys, like it's heavy for you to carry around. You can get it from shop as well, which is super comfortable and really convenient thing. Also the cool thing here is like station where there is like delivery and drop off the laundry and everything. For example, if you're really busy and your delivery came and you're not home, you can ask the guy to leave it in this box and he will put it, tell you the code, and you can get it as well and pay for it. One more really convenient feature, I think. Here is the drop-off area. You cannot really park here like this guy, it shouldn't be allowed. Usually it's just, even the taxis are more likely to come to the side entrance of the mall, not here. Here I think you can literally just come, stay a few minutes and then you have to leave. Okay, let's enter the building and see what's inside. Thank you. I'm going to the left to the entrance for the residence. Yep, and here there are two elevators. These two elevators, they operate from ground to the 8th floor. Because there are 3 towers here, the 8th floor is kind of the common area, the main lobby area. So this elevator just comes here. There are some chilling section, there is aircon here, which is great. There are some sofas where you can relax or like have a meeting. And here is the lobby area. Also for the pool, you need to register here. Let me show you the area with the pool. There is a cleaning also going on here. So that's the tower 1. And from the left of it, it's tower 3. And the tower 2 as well. So you need to come to the tower 1 first, because that's the only tower which is connected to the ground floor. And then from this area with the pool, you can walk to your tower as well. Here are 4 pools. There is one like this general pool. There is one pool for swimming, and there are also 2 kids pools there and there. So here are the kids pool. This is one, and there is the other one. They also like this little bit marquee, so I don't know how to call it, where you can relax and enjoy. The only downfall, you cannot eat or drink here. Our first day, we actually were thinking to come here with JJ to have a coffee outside, but they told us it's not allowed, unfortunately. Like, you can take a water if you're spending a day in the pool. It's all right to have a bottle of water with you, but other than that, you cannot really eat anything here. Although I see sometimes people sneakily doing it, but constantly there are some kind of staff walking around and they might tell you that it is not allowed and they will ask you to move. For the pool, you need to register in the main lobby and they will give you the wristband, and there are pool attendants who are checking if all people have this wristband or not, and if you don't, they will ask you to leave. In general, I think this is nice and green area where you can spend the day, especially now it's shade here as well. In the mornings it's sun, but for the people who like tanning, it's great as well. But yeah, it's so much greens and everything. The pools get regularly cleaned and there is lots of green stuff, and I see the staff, they keep constantly like planting new things and taking care of them, so that's why it looks really pretty. Today's Monday, that's why these pools are closed for the cleaning, and on Tuesdays the other two pools are closed for the cleaning, but the rest of the week all 4 pools are working, which is pretty nice. You see, they do pretty deep cleaning as well. These guys, they wash it like with the machines and everything. They take stuff from the pool, and I see today in the morning when I was swimming, they were even like cleaning the walls of the pool as well inside, which is pretty cool. So now it looks pretty. Oh, I also forgot to say that there are 2 kids, how you call it, like playground. There is one there and there is the other one there. They're pretty basic, but I think kids enjoying them. Now it's pretty deserted here, but in the evenings it gets really lively. There are lots of people who are walking and running. There are some people who do an exercise. There are kids playing, so it looks much lively. And here there are some rules about how you're supposed to dress up for the pool. Well, they're pretty basic in my mind. So let's go back to the lobby so I can show you more. Okay. Here are the 4 elevators which are operating for the Tower 1. And they are working from the 3rd to 50th floor. And look how fast is this elevator. It's just impossible. It's really quick. I'm gonna take you to the 26th floor, which is my floor. Look, just a few seconds. 26th floor. It's amazing. Going up. And here you can see a nice view. And from here you have apartments all the way to the left and all the way to the right. I'm gonna show you our apartment a bit later. Now let me show you the gym. There is only one gym for all 3 towers, and luckily it's in Tower 1 where we are staying, which is super convenient. So we just need to come to the elevator and go down to the 10th floor, and that's it. For the other towers it's still convenient as well, so they just need to enter the Tower 1 and then go up to the 10th floor. So here I'm on the 10th floor and here is the gym. I'm gonna be really quick not to disturb people who are working out inside. Oh, here is also the mail room quickly for our tower. I think in the other towers is on the ground, on the 8th floor as well. So here is the gym. You can see people working out. It's pretty small, but it have everything in it, and it also have a nice view to the pool area right there. And down there is reception area. And now I'm gonna show you shopping mall. You can enter from the ground floor, where is the main entrance of the shopping mall, but you can also enter from the tower. So from my Tower 1, I just need to go down to the 3rd floor. Here we are on the 3rd floor. And from here, through the parking, we can enter the shopping mall. Everywhere there is this card system. So when you move in, they give you a card like this, and you can open all the doors. Also here there is an office where you can pay, fix all the problems, property management office. And there are like many layers of parking, but we don't really have a car, so I don't know much about the parking system. Okay. And right there is another space where you need to put your card, so if you're not resident you cannot really enter this area. And these elevators are going directly to the shopping mall. This shopping mall is pretty small, but it has everything you need. There is just 2 floors, and let me show you around. So here we are on the 2nd floor. There is some salon, unisex. I think it's for both for ladies and for the men. Let me show you the wellness area first. There is another salon here. This one I think is only for women. And here there is like nails, massages, and all this kind of stuff. I think actually there is even a dentist here. Let me check. Yeah, here is like some kind of vaccine and this kind of stuff. Let me show you the prices as well, in case you're interested. Yeah, pretty affordable. Okay, let's check. Here is another, what is it? I think it is well waxing or something else. Oh yeah, laser. This one I think it makes lashes. Yeah, lashes and eyebrows probably. This as well, I don't know, something about skincare, I guess. There is massage. Actually good prices as well. I'm thinking to try it out definitely. Really good prices. And there is a dentist here. And here there is a laundry, which is pretty cool as well. Because I think not all the units have washing machines. So you can come here and make your laundry. There are also some ATMs here if there is something you need. And let's go to shopping mall as well. Let's go back to the shopping mall area. So let's check first left side. So here is some showroom. There are Wendy's here. Here are waffles. They're pretty good. They eat them sometimes for breakfast. There is potato corner, some tea shop. Here is actually direct access to MRT, to the metro. So you can just walk there, buy your ticket and go down to the train. Here is some restaurant as well. This is fruit shakes. We get in it sometimes as well. Pretty nice. They make it freshly for you from fresh fruit. Here there is still nothing. Some more restaurants. And there is also a bookshop here. And some entertainment area here with little machines where you can play and get the toy. And cinemas are here as well, which is great. I go in there sometimes. So we literally need to just go down and we can watch a movie. Here is some more restaurants. Let's check what's there. And also this is a good shop. You can use like computer if you want. They scan the documents, they make printouts and this kind of services, which is great. This is something like tailoring, I think. There is big Watsons as well, which mainly sells cosmetics. There is a smaller one downstairs, which mainly sells drugs. I will show you in a minute. And this side as well. This is empty area. They didn't open nothing yet. But even though there are still some shops closed, I think it's a great shopping mall. We have everything we need and even more. Here is like some hardware store where you can buy stuff for fixing things around your house. And medical clinic. We've been here once. Honestly, not really happy with the doctor. But it might be just our doctor wasn't great. Maybe the others are fine. But I couldn't leave great reviews about this place. Okay, now let's go down and check the first floor. On the first floor there are more restaurants, like choking. Seriously, who named the restaurant like that? Me and JJ were laughing about it a lot. But here is a pretty popular food chain. There is a 24/7 gym here if you want something more fancy than the small free one. This one is good, and I think it's also have a tennis court, a boxing ring, basketball rings. So yeah, obviously it's better gym, but it's not free. Down there, let me check. They have Jollibee, they have this some Jamaican food. There is some chicken place here as well. I forget the name. This Monga. The Dunkin' Donuts. There is some restaurants here as well. This Kuyaje. There is romantic baboy there. It's actually a pretty cool place. It's like Korean barbecue. And we wanted to try it. But I'm not fan of really fatty meat, and I checked the videos. Unfortunately, the meat is really fatty, but the idea is cool. It's like you cook yourself, and roasters here as well. There is also Uncle Moy's. I don't know, first time I see this restaurant, honestly. Yeah, there is some tea shop. Here is Bonchon, great place. We'll love it for the rice bowls and chicken. Tea Life, not fan of bubble teas, but if you like something like that, great place. There's some telephone things. I think they sell some accessories, even they do repairs as well. In the middle, they also sell some stuff. Usually it changes. I think it's kind of like market section, and depending on the season, they sell different stuff here. Here they have a glass shop. So yeah, you see, they even have lechon here. Dairy cream, nice place as well. Flasks they sell in here. What's here? Here, hot kitchen. I think it's Filipino food here. Honestly, never ate here, so don't really know. Cannot comment on it. Then there is a Samsung shop here as well. Coffee shop. Some coffee shop. And here is the Krispy Kreme. Yep, here is Krispy Kreme shop. So, what's here? This is bank. Pretty big Save More shop, which is actually great and have most of the things I need. So our general shopping we do here. There are a few things missing for me though, like cheese. They don't have cheese here, and not very good selection of vegetables and fruit, but most of the stuff we can get here. Here is also a section with, I think, more local fast food options. Let me show you quickly around. Honestly, I don't know these brands, and we don't really eat here, so cannot comment much. And there is here exchange. You can exchange money and pay some bills apparently. And here the pharmacy, which I told you about, the small option. There is also this avocado place. I keep forgetting about it. And this is the side exit I wanted to show you, because in this area, usually if you want to get a taxi, it's better to get it here. You see, the tricycles come here. If you order Grab taxis, usually come here. If you order the scooter taxi, they come here. There is much more place. That's why it's much more convenient to order it here. There are a few more places. There is this coffee shop. A few more places like this Kumi. I think it's ice cream. And Goncha, I think it's another bubble tea. And there is this Japanese restaurant as well. So here is how our apartment look inside. It's pretty small. Here is the entrance. We have a little bit place for our shoes. This water, which is, I showed you before how comfortable is it to fix it. Kitchen is really tiny. There is just one this electrical, actually it's induction thing. I also get this electronical one. And there are some cabinets here a little bit and few down there. And here is the bathroom. pretty tiny as well. There is really small washing machine, but it's doing the job. The sink, mirror, and the shower. And here is the fridge and microwave. Here we have TV, the fan. This thing is pretty cool. This is like dehumidifier. You see now it's like 48, but if we don't turn it on, it gets pretty humid here, and it feels much hotter. So we prefer to keep it on nearly all the time. So here we have TV, some stuff. Here is the sofa. Here is our table. We mainly work here, and when we're eating, we just put in my laptop away. We're eating here as well. There is the big mirror, which kind of makes the room looks a bit bigger. And there is a bedroom here. You can close this door like this. It's still a bit transparent. Honestly, it's a bit weird because it doesn't go up to the ceiling. So if, let's say, JJ is working and I want to sleep early, I still have light and I still have sound. So what's the point of this thing? I don't know. And here is the bed. Some pictures. We have window. Here is aircon, but most of the time we just use the fans. So we're okay with it. Like we always live in the hot weather, so we're okay with fans. And here is some storage, little bit. The drying the clothes is a problem. We have this thing. Let me also show you the view. We're living on the 26th floor, and we have a pool view from here, which is pretty nice. And it's also mostly the shade. There is hardly any sun this side, so it's really, really nice. So here it is how it looks. I just open it like this, and then I put hangers here, and that's how I dry my washing. There is also one thing there on the, where is the kitchen area? Okay. So you can open it like this, and you can put some washing as well. Honestly, it's not super comfortable, but what to do, you know, it's better than nothing. Apparently you're not allowed, even if you have balcony, you're not allowed to put your washing outside. You're not allowed to put to the corridor, but that's obvious. So yeah, that's it. That's our tiny apartment. That's how it looks. There are pluses of it, like the cleaning is really, really quick, but there are many minuses as well. We also have our oven, but it's here because we don't really have space to put it in the kitchen. But when I'm cooking, I'm just putting it here, and then the moment it's finished, I put it away again. So yeah. So in the end, I'm going to tell you how much we are paying. We're actually renting this place in Airbnb. I'm sure you can do it directly and it will be better price, but because we're staying here just for 2 months, I decided to go with less hassle option and just find this place in Airbnb. For 1 month, we're paying around 500 pesos. It's include everything other than electricity. Electricity bill is separate, and honestly we didn't receive it yet, so I don't know how much we're gonna pay, but maybe on the moment when I'm gonna be editing video, I will already receive the bill and I will put you the amount here. And in the end, I want to share my honest experience after staying here nearly for 2 months. I'm gonna share with you pros and cons. Let's start with pros, and number 1 in the list is convenience. It's super convenient place. Honestly, that's the most convenient place I ever stayed. I really like that you don't even need to leave the apartment building. You have everything you need. I really enjoy having the pool access, the gym access. There is a shopping mall with everything you can imagine. There is huge supermarket. If you don't want to cook, there are lots of food options. They are like not super healthy, but if you want, you can find something kind of healthy. There are like fruit shakes, salads, and all of this. There is like massages, nails places, like lashes places. There are also doctors and dentists, which is amazing if you have some emergency and you don't really want to go far away. There is even cinema, which is great. There are coffee shop, so you don't even need to go somewhere far away and order coffee. And there is also direct access to the metro station, which is pretty great as well. One of my worries actually before moving in to Manila was that it's such a busy city, and like everywhere you go it takes you such a long time and all this hustle and bustle. And honestly, when I live in our area, I feel like maybe once a week, on the weekend usually we go somewhere, we explore stuff, but the rest of the time we're just using the facilities here. We're using the shopping mall, we're using the pool, gym and everything, because there is everything you need here. Number 2 in my pros list, I think it's really friendly and helpful staff here. We didn't have much problems, but everybody seemed really nice, smiley and friendly. And number 3 is security. I feel really safe here. Nobody is allowed to enter the building without having the access card. So I feel like if I would have had kids, I would easily let them like go by themselves everywhere in the shopping mall around this area. It feels really nice, and everywhere you go there is a staff member. You feel like if something happened you can they can assist you, so it's great. And in the end, let me speak a little bit about cons, because there are several as well. Number 1, elevators. There are few problems with elevators which I find. Number 1, there is no direct elevator from the ground floor. I think it's because of this system there is like 3 towers, maybe that's why there is no one direct elevator, so you just need to take from ground floor the elevator to the 8th floor, and then from the 8th floor you already go to your tower, and then from there you can go up to your building. That's a bit confusing in the beginning, but when you find out where is what, it gets easy, but still it adds few minutes every time you're going in and out of the apartment. Number 2 is the elevators gets busy, especially in the rush hours, like in the morning when people are going to work, or in the evening when people are coming back to work, so you might spend like 5 minutes in a line waiting for your elevator to get to your floor. But for us, because we're not really working this normal hours like everybody else, I just know in which hours I don't need to leave the apartment, and it works fine for me. Number 3, which is actually doesn't really touches me much, because I don't really have much friends here, but I think for some people it might be inconvenient that the guests cannot just come, everybody should be registered. I was actually mentioning it in a con section about the security, but here in the pro section I can mention it as well. So every time when you have a guest, the guests need to be registered to be able to enter the building. One other annoying thing is that every time you go to pool you need to register as well, which is pretty fast process. You just need to show like one paper and write down in the journal, and they will give you a wristband, but it's still a bit annoying to do it every time. I think here I can mention a similar point as well, is that you cannot have a door-to-door delivery because of this security again. The delivery guys, they cannot enter the building. You need to go all the way down and grab it yourself, and sometimes when it's like rush hour and you order dinner, let's say, you need to spend like 5 minutes going all the elevators down to be able to grab your food. So it's little minus as well. The next thing which I didn't like is there are lots of weird rules. One of which is like we don't have balcony, so it doesn't really affect me personally, but I think if I would have a balcony, I would like to put my laundry there to dry, because as you saw, the apartments here are pretty small and you don't really have much space to dry your clothing, and if you put this thing in a room, basically there is no empty space anymore. But even if you have balcony in your apartment, you are not allowed to put your laundry there. I think they do it so it doesn't look messy, like all the colorful balconies and stuff, so it looks fancy. But I think it matters maybe until maybe 15th floor, and after that it's not very visible anyway, so this rule doesn't really make much sense to me, because you will not see what's there up to 50th floor. But yeah, there is such a rule here. And if you are a pet lover, I have a bad news for you. In this residency complex, pets are not allowed, unfortunately. There is also one more tiny minus for me, although it's very nice area in the 8th floor with a pool and the garden where you can walk around. I wish it will be some place on the rooftop because the view from here is beautiful, and I wish I were able to watch it from a like rooftop garden or something. And the biggest con for me is cockroaches. Although there are no these huge ones, which are a lot in Philippines, and especially here in Manila, when you step out from a complex, there are a lot of them in the streets. Luckily here there is none. Even here in the 8th floor in this common area, there is nothing. But there are these tiny ones, and there are a lot of them. I think the main reason of it is on each floor there is like a garbage room where people come and leave their garbage, and I feel like some people don't really care, so they just enter the room and just leave the bag. Although there is like many different containers. If you want, like you can put separate plastic and biodegradable, non-biodegradable, or even if you don't want, there is a general waste container. But some people, I guess, feel disgusted, they don't really want to enter and like open the container and stuff, so they just leave it in the entrance. And I feel that's a huge reason for the cockroaches around, and you can see them in the corridors. We even see them in the apartment, unfortunately. And like the moment we enter the apartment, actually the first night we slept, I saw one, so I messaged my landlord, and they say like, oh, probably it's like someone random one, like we'll make a pest control test and everything, like there shouldn't be anything. But unfortunately there are, and actually there are a lot. I bought some traps, you know, like this small ones where you put around and they like come inside and supposed to infect everybody else. But honestly, I don't think it's really working, because even if I'm fighting them in my apartment, I feel like they're coming from different apartments anyway. So this is a huge problem for me. I don't know if there is a way to fix it. Recently I saw in the elevator there was actually a note about cockroaches, that many people start complaining about that, and there were like rules to follow, which was like change the rubbish, keep everything clean, blah blah, this kind of general rules. But I guess like not everybody doing it, and when you're living like so close to each other, it's like next to each other, all these apartments, and even if one of the apartment is not very clean, it just spreads around a lot. I don't know, I think they should do something about that for sure. And maybe like, actually I see there was some stuff going around with some spray and maybe spraying some drug. But anyhow, the problem is still there, it's not fixed, and I'm definitely not happy about that. Also, one more thing I didn't like was too much with fire test alarms. I told you we're here 2 months and it was already twice, and I'm actually already getting annoyed about it. And imagine people who live here for years. What, like if every month they hear this test alarm, when the real alarm will come, they will think it's still test, you know. I think it's too much. It's great that they're testing this system, but I think like once a year or maybe once in 6 months at least, it's enough. There is no need to test the alarm every month, because seriously, people will stop taking it serious, and if something really happened, most of them probably will stay in their apartments because every month they hear that, you know. So yeah, that was my general experience about living in CM Light Residence. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, leave your comment below, and see you next one. Bye.